And hello everybody, today we're over here at the Magic Kingdom. We're actually on the Monorail Green at the Magic Kingdom. So this is the section you're going to go if you're coming into the Magic Kingdom. You got to either take a monorail, a boat, you could take a water taxi out there, or you could take a bus. That's a Grand Floridian over there, directly across. You can't see it right now, but you got the Polynesian. And you got the ticketing center out there, and you got the Contemporary Resort. These are actually the monorail resorts that are going to bring you into the Magic Kingdom. They're actually known as the Magic Kingdom Resorts.
Thank you.
So that's the monorail gold on the other side, and that one's just going to take you out to the ticketing. But this one here is going to do a full loop around all the resorts, and here we go. So as you head on out, the first thing you're going to notice as always is the Magic Kingdom. So you always want to point the camera on in. Hopefully we can see past the sun. There we go. And they haven't opened up the railroad yet, but that's the Walt Disney World Railroad. There at that building in the front there. They're finishing up Tron. That'll be open soon. You got the castle in the background there. You can make it out over there to the left, right there. And this is the main entrance you've got to go to get into the park. There's no other way you're going in. Right now we're heading on over to the Contemporary Resort, and we're going to go by Tron and Space Mountain. You might even see the Astro Orbiter back in there. And there's one of the monorails coming in from the ticketing. So they're coming on over, and we're heading on out. There's some of the buses. If you decide you want to take a bus into the Magic Kingdom, that's where you're going to be getting dropped off today. And off in the distance there, you can see two resorts. To the right, you've got the Contemporary Resort, and then to the left there, you've got the Bay Lake Tower, which is a DVC resort, which is the Disney Vacation Club. You got Space Mountain there, and over to the left in the trees, you can see a little bit of the Astro Orbiter with the Cinderella Castle to the left of it. And the big building behind that Space Mountain right there is the new Tron ride. We're looking to wrap that up and get that open. This is a look at the parking lot area and going on into this building. This is the only building that the monorail goes into, and it's the Bay Lake Tower there. That's a new addition. So these guys actually share the Contemporary Resort's common area. You take that bridge there, the walk bridge from the Bay Lake Tower over here, and you're going to share on all the restaurants, the shopping, all that stuff. You're going to share. They've got their own pool in the back, but I'm sure a lot of people come over and use this pool. And we're coming to a stop inside the Contemporary Resort. So we're actually located inside a building right now, so it's kind of cool. Down below, you've got the Fantasia shop.
From Monorail Green, I'd like to welcome our guests that have just joined us. Our next stop is the Transportation and Ticket Center. A reminder to those
monorail going on through. There's the Fantasia shop right there. The big Mickey ears.
Guests traveling out to Epcot, you'll need to switch trains at our next stop, which is the Transportation
and we're loaded up, ready to go.
Thank you.
I'm going to keep rolling the camera. I'll do some cuts as we transfer into different sections, so we don't got to wait 5 minutes to load people in and out of the monorail. So I'll just blend it in. That's Chef Mickey's right there. That's a fun restaurant. We love taking the kids in there. They've got all the character meet and greets in there. And now we're heading on past. If you look out on the left-hand side there, you've got some of the little places to stay at the Contemporary, and past that was the Wilderness Lodge. Right now we're looking over at the ferry boat going into the Magic Kingdom. Space Mountain again, the castle. Now this is the waterway that's going to take you over to the Wilderness Lodge Resort and Fort Wilderness. And this is just part of the loop, so you're going to have to go through this section here. Not really a lot to look at but trees, but it'll open up in a couple of minutes, and you're going to see the Polynesian Resort coming in on my right-hand side. But before that, we're going to make a stop off at the ticketing. This is where you're going to get off if you're parking your car here today. You're going to get off at this next little stopping point, and that's the Polynesian Resorts over on the right-hand side there. And I'm pointing this direction, so that's my right, and the back of the monorail is straight ahead. So that's what we got. And if you get a little peek, you got the bungalows right there. That's part of the Polynesian Resort. And over there, you've got the Grand Floridian Resort. And that's actually a double resort over there. You got the Grand Floridian and the Grand Floridian Villas, or the Villas at the Grand Floridian. That's a DVC resort. And there's these guys over here. You got the monorail with the 50th anniversary markings all over it. And they're heading on over to the Magic Kingdom.
Resort. If you're standing, please hold on to the silver handrails and do not lean against the automatic doors. Thank you.
And we're getting ready to head on out again. And now we're going to head on over to the Polynesian. And the construction is done over there. They finished that a while back, so we're actually going to have a stopping point. A while back, you had to keep going right on through. You couldn't go there unless you took a bus or a boat, but now that's reopened again, so they've got the monorail section opened up. And here's your access point from ticketing. You can either take the ferry boat, or you can take the monorail. And that's one of the ferry boats right there above the rooftops. And as you can see, there's not a lot of people right now, but don't let that fool you. You can get into resorts and the parks and they'll be jamming, and it makes no sense. Where are all the people? Well, a lot of people take transportation in, so the numbers look a little confusing. It might look like it's empty, but it will be full. I was actually over here one day, parking lot was totally empty. I'm parked way out in the front, and that park was mobbed. You have no idea where the people came from, but I'm guessing they took the monorails, the boats, the buses, and left their cars behind. And we're heading on in right now. This is the Polynesian Resort. And this guy here, all the construction out in the front is done. The only new construction going on over here is the back corner. We're getting ready to head out of here again. And as I said earlier, the only construction going on over here is the back corner. The Polynesian Luau Cove is no longer. They just tore the Luau Cove down, and we're making way for a new attraction back there. And I heard it's some kind of a resort going in. Hopefully not. Hopefully I'd like to see them replace it with another type of Luau Cove thing, because it's a very beautiful section come Christmas time. If you guys haven't had a chance to come over here, it's all lit up back there. Wanting to put more and more of these resorts up, and it's taken away from all the beauty that you see out there. And, you know, it is what it is, I guess, but I think they've got enough buildings. I think they need to start putting in more attractions. And here's some of the mess that's over here, guys. It could have used an update, but hopefully they put something good in there and don't just focus on resorts. You're putting in too many hotels over here. You need to put in more things that are going to attract people. Put in a new Luau Cove, or put something in that's going to be something fun, someplace you can go, something different, not just a building that you're going to go put your stuff in and then leave and look at it on a monorail. Anyway, here we go. We're at the, this is the DVC side of the Grand Floridian. So that's the villas at the Grand Floridian. And as you pass that, you're going to see they've got their own building. And then they've also got their own pool, a small little pool down in there. It's actually an awesome pool, though. Got a big old waterfall coming down on you. And as we pass that, we're coming into the actual Grand Floridian Resort. And their pool is actually located, if you see the far building right there, to the left of that. So it's like in the center of the actual resort. And here we are. And we're going to continue on around. So you can see it's actually a fast loop on the monorail, which is supposed to be that way because they want to get people in and out of the parks and out of the resorts quickly, so you don't really get to spend too much time. It is a little bit longer. I'm cutting the film, so you don't got to sit there 5 minutes and wait for people to load and unload, but it does go around really quickly, so I've done the entire loop. Now we're heading off to the final phase, and that's going to be back at the Magic Kingdom theme park, where we'll be getting off today. And it's a real pretty resort. And I saw them working on a roof not that long ago, and I thought they just put a roof on not that long ago, so it's weird seeing them working on the roofs again. Guess the shingles didn't last too long, but that's just a pretty iconic resort. A beautiful shot of that, and in the background there you can see the contemporary Bay Lake Tower again. And as we come around a little bit more, you're going to see the Polynesian way off in the distance. But that's actually, this whole thing is considered the Magic Kingdom loop. So this is the Magic Kingdom resorts and the Magic Kingdom monorail loop. And you don't necessarily have to take the monorail. Monorail's always fun. I like it when it's empty and you got a few people on there because you get to see more and do more, and you got a lot of space to swing your camera around. But they do got all the different boats. I'd recommend trying them all, not just one. I came over one day and just did solid boat tours, went all over the place and rode like every boat in Walt Disney World. Each one takes you different places, or each one has a different experience, or maybe even a different story, but at least you get to experience something different. Makes it a little bit more fun, especially if you're coming as frequently as I am. And it's a nice walk around there. And here we go, we're coming into the Magic Kingdom offloading section for the monorail. I hope you guys enjoyed that monorail loop.